Hi, we are reading experts that help kids become expert readers. We've helped more than 3,000 kids become better readers, and we'd love to help you too. My name is Stephen McCrocklin, and I'm Executive Director at Langsford, where we help kids transform their reading. Thank you for joining me today. Over the next 15 minutes, I'm going to talk about how we help kids catch up quickly and improve their reading by an average of 2.5 grade levels in 14 weeks, the core pillars of the Langsford method, and our 9 promises to students and their parents. Let's jump in. As students go through school, we expect that they'll make solid, steady progress. This should look like 1 year of progress for every year of school. The problem is, this doesn't happen for all students. Some kids stall out, they stop progressing or progress more slowly than their peers. When this happens, kids rarely catch up. The gap gets bigger and bigger. This is a problem, and it's heartbreaking to watch. I know. This happened to me in elementary school, and is ultimately why I co-founded Langsford with my wife, who is a classroom teacher. In fact, it's so common that the people who study reading have a name for it. It's called the Matthew effect. Here are the signs to look for to know if a student's falling behind or is at risk for falling behind in reading and spelling. Guessing at words while reading rather than sounding words out. Dislikes reading or avoids reading aloud. Adds, skips, or reverses letters or sounds when reading or spelling. Has trouble remembering words they've seen over and over. Memorizes words for a spelling test but later forgets them. Diagnosed with dyslexia, auditory processing disorder, and/or ADHD. Here are the signs to look for to know if a student's falling behind or is at risk for falling behind in comprehension. Reads material several times and comprehension still weak. Works harder than classmates but gets the same or lower grades. Understands only part of a conversation and has difficulty responding relevantly. Understands only parts of oral directions and has difficulty comprehending and completing tasks. Diagnosed with dyslexia, auditory processing disorder, or ADHD. With writing, the signs to look for are disliking writing, has difficulty expressing thoughts through writing, expresses ideas in a disorganized way, misses or confuses main idea and key details, seems to express ideas by paraphrasing rather than from their own perspective, and a diagnosis of dysgraphia and/or ADHD. We help kids overcome these kinds of difficulties every day using our proven methodology. Don't just take our word for it. Be sure to check out our Google reviews. Langsford's been 5-star rated from the very start. These difficulties are correctable for most kids. We received a letter last week that said, "Our son hasn't always had a lot of academic wins because of his challenges with reading and writing. You gave him something irreplaceable, an opportunity to feel confident and successful in himself. This means so much to him and to us as parents. Thank you for the work everyone does there. It is truly transformative." So how does Langsford do it? What is core to the success of helping kids transform their reading? Well, there's a whole lot to it. Some of it's proprietary, but I can share with you the 7 pillars of the Langsford methodology. It all starts with an assessment, not assumptions. All children are different. They're in different places in their reading journey, have different strengths, weaknesses, temperances, and needs. The right information must be gathered, unlocked, interpreted, and understood. This becomes the map for that student's transformation.
So the assessment it was also freeing because it gave us a sense of we now know what we're up against. We sort of have it identified. While you all don't necessarily give us a diagnosis that's formal, it still gave us a diagnosis. It gave us something that we could point to and we could attach within our conversations. And so it felt kind of like The person that's not sure what's going on with their body, and the doctor gives them, hey, here's what you're up against, and they suddenly feel better because they know what they're going to be doing and the path to travel. It felt very much like that. We knew here was his issues, here were some ways to remediate it, and here's the steps, however many weeks long with however many hours per day that we're going to be doing. And it was freeing.
A Langsford assessment uses 20 measurements to look at 16 areas. Once collected, it takes 7 to 10 days to score, interpret, and write up recommendations. It costs $495. Our assessments are with one child at a time, so they have our assessment specialists' full attention. This is not a computer-based test with a proctor. This is live, interactive, and engaging. Our team has given thousands of evaluations. We know how to quickly put a student at ease, so ideally they can enjoy it. We gather both data and anecdotal information about how your child responds to the tasks. That way, we can understand how hard your child has to work to learn, process information, and solve problems. It's not all about the scores. As we interact with and observe your child, we'll notice strengths that may not show up in traditional test results. This is critical information we can leverage to accelerate your child's progress. The assessment instruments we use are standardized, which means they provide objective data that's accurate and reliable. Our tests are also nationally normed, so we can see how well your child performs when compared to their age-level peers. Our team brings together your child's scores, assessment specialist observations, reports from school, and your input to identify their unique learning portrait and map out a plan of action. Within 7 to 10 days, we meet with a family, share the results, and present a custom tailored reading improvement plan using proven, scientifically based reading research. Our assessment process gives the right information to write a student's custom plan. This plan is unique for each student. Most programs use a scripted curriculum, day one, sheet one, worksheet driven. Every student gets the same thing in the same sequence at the same rate. The program is written by an author who's never met your child. We don't do that because it doesn't work well. It is less effective and takes much longer to make progress. It is common for programs that treat kids with dyslexia to take years to complete. Meanwhile, the learning gap keeps getting bigger. This is the Matthew effect at work. For a long time, this was all that was available, and people just had to accept that's how it had to be. Not anymore. Work can be completed in weeks, not years. Langsford families regularly tell us they only wish they knew about us sooner. Even for families who may be in a good program and find that all the work falls on one person, the teacher or the tutor. They lack the whole team of experts all collaborating on that student's success. A team-to-one model recognizes that real transformation requires the experience of a team to collaborate, innovate, motivate, and to communicate. This is what our team-to-one model leverages. Each Langsford student is assigned a learning specialist. Their specialist works at the strategic level, building and revising that student's customized plan and communicating all along the way with the instructors, parents, and teachers. Multiple instructors will work with a student during their time at Langsford to implement their custom plan. Understanding and leveraging the strength of a team, of instructional team, will maximize progress and keep instruction fresh and fun. Learning specialists lead the strategy. You can think of them like a head coach. They write the custom plan, choose the instructor, and communicate with parents and school teachers. With the plan expertly managed, the instructors can focus on the important tactical work of teaching. This learning specialist role is missing in most every instructional approach. We evaluate progress every 5 hours of instruction. This is essential in keeping a student's plan calibrated. The parents' online portal is updated after each learning session, so parents are always up to date. At the end of a student's program, we do a second formal evaluation to measure progress and provide proven outcomes. Catch up quickly. That is the focus. Target the instruction so kids can catch up quickly in weeks, not years. This is the only way to change the trajectory. This is how to overcome the Matthew effect I talked about at the beginning. Kids don't have years to catch up. When they are behind in reading, spelling, comprehension, or writing, they get farther and farther behind in other areas, creating even more learning gaps. We help kids catch up quickly by pinpointing the problem and targeting the instruction.
Our daughter was struggling with reading, and we had been talking with the school about it and realized that we needed to get some help beyond the resources at school. And so we turned to Langsford. And to put it in perspective, we went in and our daughter really was not reading well at all. And in a week, she was reading. And by the end of the program, she was reading beautifully. And so where at the beginning, it was taking her a full 20 minutes at night to get through one assignment, by the end of it, she was reading so well that they were adding extra ones just to fill the 20 minutes that they required every night. We were so excited. Our daughter was just amazed that she could do this. And it was such a strengthening of self-confidence. And so she walks around with a happy gait and, just a smile on her face because she knows that she can do this. We've been so grateful that Langsford has been able to help our daughter in the way that it has.
We also strive to make the Langsford experience risk-free. We never ask a family to sign a contract. You can stop at any time without penalty. You can pay as you go, and there's an interest-free financing available as well. Even better, this work is less expensive than a year of special ed school and far less expensive than years of tutoring that other families are faced with because they don't know they had options. Our 9 promises to students and their parents. We continually progress monitor. We make sure your student's plan is working, and we're making adjustments all along the way. We equip parents. You get tools you need at home to support your child's progress. We do 2 assessments. We include a wrap-up evaluation so you can see your child's transformation. We give one-to-one attention. Your child matters to us, and we are fully focused on them as we work together. We keep parents informed. You receive regular updates so you can celebrate your child's progress, including a parent dashboard with updates every learning session. We provide customized instruction. Your child deserves a personalized plan. We make learning fun. Your child will love meeting with us in person and online. We collaborate with your team. We love working with our student schools, teachers, and other professionals, and we won't lock you into a contract. You can end services at any time without penalty. We have a no strings attached policy. We love helping students become awesome readers. That's what gets us out of bed in the morning and why we love to work here. If you aren't sure if your child is where they need to be, here's how to schedule an evaluation. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to weteachreading.com. You can pick a date and time right there and get immediate relief knowing that a reading expert will carefully evaluate where your child is in their learning arc. You can also call 502-473-7000 and you can talk with a reading expert. No obligation at any point. We're just happy to help you get the information you need about your child's learning. Thank you for attending the webinar. Appreciate your time.